It's funny, everybody asks how hard it was, and I suppose, I mean, that question makes a good bit of sense. It's just that it's a kind of effort that is so privileged that it's very hard to characterize it as hard. It's consuming, and it dominates your thinking and time, but to be inside the pages of some of the great books I'll ever read in my life and have them in very many cases earlier than publication, with some of the great writers living. It's consuming, and you give up entertainment, but I would give it all up again to have the responsibility that we've been given. It's been really a thrill and the privilege of a lifetime.
But honestly, I mean, it's tricky to know.
No, I know.
No, I think you should write to appeal to yourself and to a sort of idealized reader in a way, or maybe to someone you know, but you shouldn't really write trying to reach a huge audience. I don't think it works like that. I wasn't really, when Flesh was published, I really didn't know how wide an audience it would appeal to. In some ways, it's quite unusual, and it's an unusual book in some ways. So I wasn't really sure how many people it would appeal to and how wide an audience it would find. I'm just delighted that it seems to be doing really well.
I mean, I have to say it's something I never even dared dream of, and I love this list very much. All the writers are extraordinary. They're really authors I've read and looked up to for years, if not decades, so I'm completely thrilled to be here.
I mean, it's a really extraordinary situation, and I'm thrilled to be here.
I've been 2001, which seems like it was an incredibly long time ago. Booker was smaller then. The Americans weren't part of it. So that's a kind of 350 million extra people to compete with, so it's that's made it much harder to get on the list. But it's a bigger thing now. There's no doubt. I don't remember this before.
My short-term memory is not working.
It did change my writing life. I'd been, this is my second book. It gave me legitimacy, and I think it gave me courage to turn from writing a political book, my last book was very political, to writing what is essentially a love story. Yeah, it was hard to do. In fact, it felt a bit transgressive as a literary author to turn to that.
So I feel guilty. Anything I read in life, I feel guilty about the things I'm not reading. A lot of the books I read are because someone's adapted them, or because they're going to adapt them, like to adapt them, and they're very often not the best literature, because great stories in books make great films and television series, but great books don't. Great books take you inside the internal life of a protagonist or multiple protagonists, and your imagination creates a universe that can't really be turned into a two-dimensional product. So, I find myself reading things that are mostly plot, because that's what gets adapted.
It was very, very hard. I think our meeting went 6 or 7 hours. They're all so worthy, and I think that because they're so different, it's hard to choose a winner. But I think that we were looking for someone who just had such a singular voice that it was unputdownable in a way that you can't stop thinking about it, and that's what we were trying to find. Yeah.
The power of the novel is, and young people are writing incredible fiction. Young people can be nominated in shortlist.
Jelajahi cara baru mendapatkan informasi. Download MetroTV Extend sekarang.